and welcome to our very last Tuesdays with Annette for 2020. Thanks for joining me today because I've got a great recipe that I think you're going to love over the holidays, and it's out of book 7, which is a fabulous book, and it is this beautiful dish here. It's the garlic prawns with spinach and tomatoes. It is a beautiful recipe. It's so easy to make. I hope you've downloaded the recipe so you can make it with me today. But before we get into everything, let's go over and wash our hands for the last time for 2020. What a year it's been, and this was a new addition to 2020. We added in the Tuesdays with Annette when everyone went into lockdown. It's been so popular, we've just kept it going, and you know what? We're thinking we love it too. So we're going to continue it for 2021. All right, so hands are washed, nice and clean, and we can get started. Now, before we do that, let's talk about last week's show. We had 3 winners, and they are so excited because we're doing mega prizes for December. That's right, so the 3 winners are Linda Shales, Gail Sayers, and Crystal Gem. Now, what did they win? Well, they all won Book 4, a box of shakes, a shaker, a journal, and a Live Love Cook apron. So they are set for success. And that was the Christmas, White Christmas we made last week, and it was so much fun. Today we're cooking a fabulous prawn dish. Now, if you're saying, I don't like prawns, that's okay. The variation is with chicken, and I'll tell you about that shortly. But let's look at what we need. So I've got my wok here. I've got a measure cup and a little bowl. I've got some tongs, a tosser, some spoons, a whisk, you know, like teaspoon measures. Now, the ingredients we need for this recipe, and a chopping board, of course, is a punnet of cherry tomatoes. We're going to put some pepper in at the end. I've got my prawns. Now, they're called green prawns or raw prawns, up to you, but they're not cooked prawns. That's the key, and they're peeled. So I always buy them like this because I don't want to be peeling them. You waste too much money and time, so get them already done like that. We're also going to have garlic in it because, hello, it's called garlic prawns. So I'm using my easy version. You could do fresh garlic if you wish, but we want 2 teaspoons there. We want 3/4 cup of sliced shallots. We've got some of the light Philadelphia cream. Now, in the recipe, it says spreadable. They don't make it anymore. That's fine. This is the one you want, the light Philadelphia, and it says 40% less fat. Perfect. We've got some spinach leaves. Now, you want 150 grams of the baby spinach leaves. I've got a cup of skim milk, cooking spray, and some corn flour, and then a little secret ingredient is a sachet of the spring vegetable cup of soup. Just helps bring the flavours up. So, shall we get started? Yes. All right, so first of all, let's do the cherry tomatoes. So what we're going to do, get your cherry tomatoes out, and all you have to do is cut them in half. And I tend to cut them down through the little stalk bit, stem, stalk, what do you call it? But just, all you have to do is cut them in half. So this is a very, very easy recipe that I think you're going to really enjoy because I always have some frozen prawns in the freezer over Christmas because I find that you never know who's going to pop in and delight you with their company, and then they go, let's stay for dinner. But this is a really easy one, and I know a few people have commented that it's one of their favourite recipes out of book 7. So I was a bit happy to do this for you. And I know it's not a Christmas recipe as such, but it is red and green and white. So it has the Christmas colours. But I just think, you know, we can't do just all sweet on the show. We want to do some savoury as well. And once we've done this, I think we'll do the shallots next, okay? So we've got cherry tomatoes done. Let's just push that over to the side. I'm going to actually get a different knife, and I'm going to now cut my shallots. Now, we want to make sure you take off the dark bits or any bits that aren't really clean, and then just cut off that end. Don't go too far off it because we want that white onion, you know, so just, as I said, just cut the little bit off. Well, thank you for joining me today. If you're just tuning in, well, we have just started and we're making garlic prawns with spinach and tomatoes. And I've chopped up my cherry tomatoes, which was a punnet, and now I'm doing my shallots. and they're just sliced. Now we want 3/4 of a cup of shallots. And I want you to go up into the green part of the shallots, because you don't want to waste them. They're a great part of the shallots. And I see a lot of people, they just think, oh, we only use the white, when really this green part is just as fabulous. And you want to use up as much of it as you can. So now we want 3/4 of a cup. So where's my little measure? Okay, so let's just see how we're going. I've still got a little bit more left on the shallot if I need it. So you're just slicing up your shallots, and we want just a little bit more. See, I'm using the green. It's nothing wrong with it. There we go. 3/4 of a cup, and the rest can go in the bin. Okay, so now we've done our tomatoes, we've done our shallots, and now what I want to do is the prawns. Now, with the prawns in the recipe, you can see that they're just like this. If you look at the photo of the book, in the book, they're whole like that. And that's how we're going to cook it today. But I want to show you a little trick just before we start cooking. If you wanted to do a softer prawn, what you do is you open the prawn up. So what I'm going to show you how you do it is you get your knife and you just go along I call it the backbone maybe, the back of the prawn, and you just go in. You don't go all the way through, just go through about halfway at the most and just open the prawn up. See how I've opened it up? And it's like a butterfly. So that is the best way to do it if you want a soft prawn. So let's do it again. So you go in, as I said, not all the way, just through, and open it up. Now these are very clean prawns, but sometimes you get the vein or the poop vein. I don't know what you call it. What do you call it, vein? What do you call it, Bill? He calls it a vein, I call it the poop chute. Anyway, you go through, once again, looking here, go down, and then just open them up a little bit, and they'll fan out as they cook. So I think you've got that right. So we don't need our chopping board anymore, so let's put it over here at the soapy sink, wash my hands, and I say, let's get started. All right, so we're going to get our near-flame wok fired up and ready to go. Thanks for joining me. It's our last Tuesday with Annette for 2020. What a year it's been, people. And I'm finishing it with one of my favourite recipes out of book 7. And it's this one here. If you missed the beginning, it's the garlic prawns with spinach and tomatoes. And it's so easy, so delicious. You're going to be putting this in your repertoire, I reckon, for sure. Now, of course, you know the recipe is on the website if you haven't got it. And you can download it for your pleasure. Cooking spray, 2 teaspoons of garlic. Now, as I said before, if you want to use the fresh garlic, you can. I'm just a lazy girl. I just make it. It's just super easy. 2 teaspoons of garlic, and then our prawns. So just throw in a few at a time. We want to keep that sizzle going like we do with mince or whatever. And what will happen is the garlic will cook through with the prawns and give it that lovely, beautiful flavours that you love in garlic prawns. So we don't want that water in there, so let's get rid of that, put it in the soapy sink. Now, as I said, you can change this, and you don't have to do prawns if you don't want. So the variation, if you look at the recipe, it says chicken. So with your recipe, it'll say replace prawns with 600 grams of skinless chicken breast diced. So there you go. Now what I've done in the past is I've actually, I make them both, because sometimes the budget's just not going to stretch to the 600 grams of prawns and the chicken, and I've got some chicken I need to get rid of, whatever. It's perfect because garlic chicken is fabulous. I mean, why not make this even for Christmas Day? Because we all love a good feed of prawns in Australia on Christmas Day. Now look, if you can see, I've got all the garlic coating the prawns, and we're just going to cook them just for a couple of minutes. This is why I like using my wok, because I can really just toss it around. And the good news is that if you're making normal garlic prawns, they use oil or butter and then a bucket load of cream. And I found when I used to eat that, I'd be really uncomfortable after I'd eaten because it was just so much fat. Well, that's because really it's about 35 grams of fat per serve that way. But the shocking thing is it's about 490 calories. Oh my gosh, no, we're not having that. And my way is only 4.7 grams of fat, yes, and calories 177. So yes, it's once again cooking guilt-free. Okay, right now our prawns have been cooking for a couple of minutes with the garlic. Now we're going to put in the spinach. Now the spinach will really drop down quite quickly. Put that in my soapy sink. So you just basically want to toss it through to get that heat going into the spinach as it will wilt. And this is a great way to get some nice little greens into you. I always have a big tossed salad to go with it on the side. It's just fabulous. I like it with rice, but it's up to you. You don't even have to have rice with it if you don't want. But I just love something to soak up that beautiful creamy sauce. So we're moving them around. This is enough for 6 people. So it is a generous meal. I mean, if you wanted to only make it for 3, like, you know, just halve everything. It's no problem to do that. And as you can see, the spinach is starting to wilt. So while that's happening, we now throw in our shallots. Remember, we did 3/4 cup of sliced shallots. And I know you're all going, it's not shallots, Annette. We call them different in your state. Well, I'm from the old school, Dale, and I just always call them shallots. But you know what I'm talking about. It's the little onions. Spring onions, maybe, is what you're thinking. All right, so we're now just, look, you can see how hard this recipe is. No, it's not. And it's a perfect one for a cooking class on Tuesday. So while that's sizzling and cooking, let's get our sauce ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a sachet of the spring vegetable cuppa soup. So let's put that in. And this really does help the flavour, so please make sure you include it. Now I've got my little whisk here, but you could use a fork to just mix it up. Now while that's doing, I'm just going to toss my ingredients just a little bit. See how the spinach has just gone to nothing? It's incredible, isn't it, what happens with it? Okay, so that's good. So let's go back over. We want to put in 2 teaspoons of corn flour. So I hope you've got your corn flour ready. Are you keeping up with me? So you've done your garlic, your prawns, your spinach and your shallots. Now with a cup of skim milk, the sachet of the spring vegetable, yeah, cuppa soup, and now we're going to do 2 teaspoons of corn flour, whisking, and in it goes. And that's going to be part of your beautiful garlic cream sauce. Oh my gosh, we need smell-o-vision here. Oh yes. So we're moving that around. Now what we're going to do is put in the cheese. Now it's the Philadelphia cream cheese, the light one, okay? Now I've got a little bowl here and I'm going to just be accurate with it, okay? So what it is you want 125 grams. Now it's a 250 gram tub, so you could just go down the middle if you want and just scoop out the half, but I like to be correct and precise. And then I've got another half of tub, and guess what I'll be making in a couple, maybe next week, because it'll last in there for a week. 125 grams. And then I've got that to make, here we go, perfect. So 124 grams, in it goes. And what you do with this is put your lid on, put it back in the fridge and make it again maybe next week or something else that's got that cream cheese in it. You could look up recipes because I use that cream cheese in some of my cheesecakes. So mixing that through, and it will dissolve into the sauce. Now you can freeze this, so that's good. And the last thing we want to do is pepper. It says 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just going to guess that, beautiful fresh pepper. And just all you're doing is getting that cream cheese dissolved. And how hard was this? I mean, are you a bit impressed with yourself if you're cooking it with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're cooking with me today. Our very last show for 2020 on a Tuesday with Annette. Now, don't forget, it's not too late if you're looking at prezzies, because we've got some deals still going. So we've got the Neo Flam, where you get the half-price glass lids, which is fantastic. You've also got I'm signing all the cookbooks that you buy on the website till the 31st of December. So great idea. A lot of people are doing that. And as well, don't forget, with the Neo Flam knives, you get the free $20 sharpener. I mean, looking at this right now, I'm thinking to myself, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? Booyah! Now I'm going to serve it up in a minute, but before we do that, I want to talk about the prize for this week. And, hello, what else do we need to put in? Were you yelling at me? Put the tomatoes in? I nearly forgot. Oh, okay. And see, look how beautiful that looks with the colours. So it does, to me, look a little bit Christmassy, I think. And I like putting them in at the end because they'll get heated very quickly, but they don't go to mush. And I like them cut in half because when they cook, they can pop. And this way, it's all good. All right, so there is our dish done for our last show for 2020. Now, I want to bring Diane out. She's in the office. She doesn't work Thursday, so it's her last day here to say goodbye to you. So I want to bring her out because I don't know whether you've met Diane before. She was helping me out last week when Billy wasn't in the office and we did our filming. Thanks for being patient with. Here she comes. Let me get my microphone out. This is the fabulous Diane. Isn't she wonderful?
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And so Diane, how long have you worked for Simply Too Good?
Is it rude to say longer than I was with my ex-husband?
You can say that because we're in a fabulous relationship.
We are.
Yes.
I think, is it coming up 9 years? Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, nearly 9 years. How about that? My gosh, she's put up with me that long. She's a very brave woman. And what do you think's been the best part of working at Simply Too Good?
There's never a dull moment, and this year was no exception.
Oh, this year we've worked harder than any year, haven't we?
Yeah,
but we
definitely.
appreciate the support.
Yeah.
We've had lots of positive, and we've been helping everybody to stay slim and fabulous over COVID.
And that's what we love to do.
We love to help people, don't we? And especially Diane, she is my little rock. I mean, of course, Billy is my big rock, but you're my little rock. And Diane has always helped out with, at the end of the shows, she helps with the leftover food, don't you, Dale?
I do my best.
Anyway, you've got a message for everybody before you say goodbye?
Well, just thank you. Thank you for being who you are. We love the support that we get from everyone, all the beautiful comments, and yeah, it really makes what we do worthwhile when we get all the beautiful feedback we get. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and thank you, honey bunny. She's fabulous. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Diane, and thank you for all you've done for Simply Too Good this year. Couldn't have done it without her, that's for sure. She's a bit fabulous. No, she's a lot fabulous. All right. Thanks, Diane. Okay, so now, before we finish up, let's serve up Diane's lunch. So I've got a Christmas plate because, hello, it's Christmas. And I'm just going to put this on. Can you imagine you've got your guests waiting? It's taken us minutes to make this. And you serve this up with some rice on the side or crusty bread. You've got a big salad waiting to go on the side. Oh, please, stop it right now. Is this just too good to be true? I think it is. Anyway, so there is our dish. I'll just put it down there and finish it all off because we want all of that on the plate. And that is us done for another year. Now, please know that we have appreciated you so much with everything you've been able to do to support the show. And so this week I'm giving out mega prizes. That's right, I promised you, and I'm coming through with it. So if you'd like to win, if you want to be the winner, there's 3 winners happening this week for our last Tuesday with Annette. What are you going to win? Well, drum roll please. That's right, you're going to win books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, the full set, and cooking for 1 or 2. Personally signed, yes, you're going to get it. So there's the whole lot. You're also going to get the journal, because everyone was loving that, the 8-week weight loss journal, because we might need that in January. But also I found something that we haven't had on our website for some years now, so it's a bit fabulous, and it's my audio Get Motivated and Lose Weight CD. It's worth $20. It's a double CD, it's not a DVD, and it's about motivating you daily with my little voice. So you're getting this and you're getting this. What's it worth? $150. That's right. So 3 lucky winners. All you have to do is like, share, and in the comment you can either put your photo of your fabulous prawn dish, or chicken if you've done the chicken, or you can write in the comment, what are you hoping that you'll get under the tree from Santa on the 25th of December? I'm a sticky beak, I want to know. Anyway, now you can go to the website, get any information you need from there. Orders are going out daily, so we're still meeting the deadlines for Christmas presents. Go to simplytoogood.com.au, and also remember, Thursday, I'll be back for our last Thursday show, and of course I'm making Christmas cake. It's the one out of book 2, and it's with pumpkin in it. So you need to watch this because it's a moist, fabulous Christmas cake that everyone will love this year, and it's guilt-free. So, when are we back? The next Tuesday show? Well, we're having a break. I think we need it. And we'll be back in your Facebook page, Simply Too Good, on Tuesday, the 2nd of February. Yes, that's right, 2nd of February. Put in your diary now, put an alarm on so you don't miss it, because it'll be, still daylight savings at that time. And the Thursday show will be back on the 4th of February. But for now, we have got lunch ready to go. Garlic prawns with spinach and tomato from book 7. Yum! Thanks, guys, and have a wonderful Christmas if you're not tuning in on Thursday. But hopefully I'll see you then. Bye now.